Welcome back to today's video. We are going to be making this delicious, yummy, excellently made coconut cake. So these are the ingredients we are going to be using. Very simple ingredient, nothing complicated here. Very easy to mix up. So we have our flavor, we have coconut flakes, we have our flour, we have baking powder, we have sugar, we have eggs, we have milk, and I'm going to be adding a pinch of salt and very easy to make. Within 30 minutes, you are done with mixing and baking. Yes, trust me on that. So to our bowl, we are going to be adding 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of vegetable oil. I'm using golden penny vegetable oil. So after mixing it, you don't need any serious like stressful mixing. Just mix it lightly and then add in your eggs one at a time and mix it in very well. While you are mixing it one at a time is for it to be properly incorporated, and it will also aid in the mixing process, that is to make it mix very well. At least when you are mixing one at a time, you mix very well. So I just added few drops of my flavor. That flavor is a game changer. That's industrial milk flavor, and this is vanilla flavor. Industrial vanilla flavor, you can get it from those that sell baking items in the market. So these two blend of flavors was like the game changer in this cake recipe. The flavor, the taste was amazing. So after mixing up the wet ingredients, so I just started adding the flour gradually. This is 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour already sieved. So you know how important it is to always sieve your flour. It makes your cake to be fluffy and airy. It adds to the rising, what makes your cake to rise. So, and also to eliminate any form of particles that may be in your flour. So it's always best and safe to sieve your flour before using. So this is just a tiny bit of salt, and then I'm going to be adding in my baking powder. So this is the measuring spoon I found. This is half teaspoon. So I added 4 of it to make it half tablespoon of baking powder. So if you have your measuring spoons label, use half tablespoon. Then it's time to add in our milk bit by bit to loosen it up and for the flavor and the taste. This Hollandia evaporated milk has a very lush taste and flavor. So it's very nice for your cakes. So you gradually incorporate the milk into your batter. Just mix it in little by little like this until it's well incorporated. And it's almost time to put them in your pan. To put the butter in your pan. And by this time, your oven should be preheating already. I don't know if I should show you maybe in my next video how I use my oven. If you would like to see that, you can let me know in the comment section. Then at this stage, I just added in the coconut flakes, like desiccated coconut. Then I'm pouring it into this flat baking dish or baking pan. So this makes the cake to bake very fast. So that's why I was telling you that you can bake your cake both mixing and baking in 13 minutes. So the rest of it, I put them in the cupcake sheets, and then we're almost ready to go into the oven. So before going into the oven, you just sprinkle a bit more of your coconut flakes for the extra crunch and extra garnishing, or for the aesthetics, let it look very nice. So after doing that, we're off to the oven. So this is the coconut I used. So putting it in the oven, the little ones will get baked before the big ones. So, but that was like after 10 minutes. So it doesn't affect the big one if you open it at this stage because it's set already. So the small ones are already baked. I took that out and I let the bigger ones continue baking. So if your cake is baking in the oven and you open it when it have started baking, not just immediately, it won't fall. But if you open your oven immediately, there's a tendency that your cake will sink in the middle. So it's always good to allow your cake to bake to an extent before trying to open it to check. So this is the cupcakes. They are already baked perfectly and the taste amazing. So at this stage, this one was already done and it's time to cut into it. I couldn't even wait for it to cool down completely, guys. I was so excited at the outcome, the flavor around the kitchen, the entire house. I was so happy. I was just shouting that this is the best cake yet that I've ever made. And I'll make another one again. That will be another best cake. So now I can't even say my best flavor of cake, but this was so nice. You just have to give this a try and judge for yourself. Yes. So I also want to say you should use that brand of baking powder I used. That brand is very good. The one that finished before this one, I had it for over 2 years and it was still active till the last last particles of the baking powder. So you can have baking powder all the time without it getting bad or whatever. So this is our cake all done, all ready to be consumed and enjoyed. I even had guests over that evening, and I just said they came at the right time. So they had taste of the cake and they really enjoyed it. So this is what we have. See the under all baked perfectly. So if I can bake this, you too can. Enjoy. Bye. See you next time.